Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something pretty huge, a massive shift, really, in how we might interact with computers. We're focusing on OpenAI and how ChatGPT is evolving. It's not just a chatbot anymore, is it? It's becoming something much more like an operating system for your digital life.
That's a great way to put it. It really is a foundational evolution, not just features tacked on. It's about making the AI the central hub, trying to fix that feeling of having like 50 different apps open all the time.
Right, the app fatigue. And the sheer scale here is key to understanding why this is such a big deal now. The source material mentions 800 million weekly active users, which is staggering. But this number jumped out at me, especially for our technical listeners. The API processes 6 billion tokens per minute.
Yeah, that 6 billion token figure is wild. Think about it this way. A decent-sized novel is maybe 100,000 tokens. So every second, it's processing something like the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's the kind of power that makes these deep instant integrations actually possible. Latency becomes less of an issue.
Okay, let's unpack this. Maybe start with the user experience. The app showing up right inside the chat.
Yeah.
Spotify, Canva, Zillow. You just talk to them.
Exactly. Seamlessness is the goal. You just mention the app in your chat, Spotify, make a workout playlist, and boom, it's there. No switching tabs, no installing separate things. Well, you grant permission once, but you can always turn it off.
And how does that actually work behind the scenes? Is it just a fast API call, or is the AI doing more?
Oh, the AI is definitely doing the heavy lifting. They talk about something called the Model Context Protocol, which basically means the AI holds the entire conversation, all the context, in its memory when it talks to that external app.
So it remembers what I said 5 minutes ago.
Precisely. When you ask Zillow for apartments, it doesn't just send the question. It sends the intent, the preferences you mentioned earlier, everything. So the app's response should be, way more relevant.
That makes sense. It lowers the barrier to just trying things out, right?
Yeah.
Even quick ideas, like that Spotify playlist example.
Yeah.
No big effort, just ask.
And think about creative work. Huge implications. Canva, for instance. You could outline a presentation in the chat, then say, Canva, make slides for this, and it generates an editable draft. Right there.
Wow.
The same idea for Figma. Generating flowcharts, wireframes, just from a conversational prompt. It gets the basic structure done instantly.
That saves a ton of setup time. But it's not just for work stuff, right? You mentioned Zillow.
Yeah, home and travel are big ones. Instead of clicking endless drop-downs on Zillow's site, you just ask naturally, find me 2-bedroom apartment under $500 near a park, like you'd ask a person.
And the results are interactive inside the chat.
They can be. That's part of the Apps SDK for developers. They can build in maps, carousels, forms, so you could filter hotel results from Booking.com or compare Expedia flights, all without leaving ChatGPT.
And learning, too, Coursera integration.
Right. That's a potential game changer for students or anyone learning something complex. Instead of struggling, you just ask, Coursera, explain reinforcement learning, and you get course materials, summaries, examples right in the chat.
Like an instant tutor.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so that covers the responding to me part. But you mentioned a shift towards being proactive.
Yes, that's the next big piece. The AI isn't just waiting for your questions anymore. It's trying to anticipate your needs. What's fascinating here is this feature called Pulse.
Pulse. Sounds like a personal assistant organizing my day while I sleep.
That's not far off, actually. It gives you these 5 to 10 visual summaries in the morning, personalized updates. It works by scanning your past chats, your memory, and crucially, connected apps like Gmail and Google Calendar. Runs overnight.
Hold on. It's scanning my Gmail and my calendar to figure out what I need.
That's how it generates those personalized suggestions.
Okay, that immediately flags privacy questions for me. That's a lot of data access, even if they say there are safety checks.
Right.
Is the convenience worth that trade-off?
That's the core tension, isn't it? It requires a significant level of trust. OpenAI emphasizes the safety protocols and that it's opt-in, but their argument, or framing, is about democratization. Sam Altman called Pulse the first step towards giving everyone that high-level personal support that, usually only executives or the wealthy get.
Right, making that executive assistant accessible. And the examples they give are quite specific, aren't they?
Very. Like creating a travel plan if it sees you've been chatting about a trip with a toddler, or suggesting Halloween costumes based on family discussions, soccer news if you follow a team. It's deeply contextual.
Makes the AI feel much more integrated into your actual life, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we have responsive apps, proactive suggestions. What comes next to make it a full ecosystem?
Well, the next wave of apps really pushes into the physical world and commerce. The sources list upcoming integrations like Uber, DoorDash, Instacart, even Target and Thumbtack, real-world services.
Okay, now we're talking about ordering food or getting a ride directly through chat. That feels like a fundamental shift in how these services work.
Exactly. And this leads straight into what some are calling agentic commerce. OpenAI just launched Instant Checkout. It's basically a payment system linking ChatGPT to stores on Shopify, Etsy, Stripe, major platforms.
So wait, I could ask ChatGPT to find, say, a specific type of gift on Etsy and then buy it right there. Enter my card details in the chat.
That's the idea. You complete the transaction without ever leaving the chat interface, from discovery to purchase.
That's huge. It moves ChatGPT from being an information source to being a storefront, a point of sale.
Precisely. It's a direct move into the transaction space, which, raises questions about competition. Is this a new digital toll booth, potentially challenging Apple or Google's control over App Store transactions?
Interesting point. It definitely centralizes the customer journey within OpenAI's platform.
And the developer side is poised to explode. You mentioned 4 million developers already building. When they open up monetization later this year via the Apps SDK and this AgentKit thing, expect a flood of new apps. Not just consumer stuff, but serious enterprise tools. Banking, healthcare, logistics.
Tools built specifically for this chat interface.
Right, and the vision goes beyond text. Altman's hinted at more multimedia. They have GPT Real-Time, a voice model for super low latency audio, think seamless voice commands, and Sora 2 for generating video.
So voice, video, commerce, proactive help. It really does sound like a single interface for, well, everything.
It starts to look that way. Less like a chatbot, more like the primary way you interact with the internet, both digital and physical.
Okay, so let's bring this back to the listener. Why should you listening now really get granular on this? Who actually benefits most today?
I think the benefits are spread out, really. Consumers get that simplification. Less app juggling for travel, design, ordering things. Businesses, teams get automation, better collaboration, integrating with tools they already use, like Teams, SharePoint, GitHub, reducing that context switching.
Developers, obviously, get a whole new playground with the SDK and monetization coming. And learners, educators. That Coursera integration is powerful, instant access to knowledge.
And, this specific intersection, taking these powerful general AI capabilities and applying them securely and effectively in a business context, that's exactly the space we at Kanerika focus on. We specialize in building out those robust AI-driven data analytics systems, turning mountains of enterprise data into insights you can actually use.
So how does Kanerika's work connect to this new, more agentic AI world we're describing?
Well, we at Kanerika really see this shift to agentic AI as critical for future enterprise efficiency. We use tools like Power BI, Azure ML, Microsoft Fabric, the heavy hitters, to create automated reports, predictive models, things that help businesses in finance, retail, logistics make smarter, faster decisions. Our services really focus on predictive analytics, marketing automation, and increasingly building these custom enterprise AI agents.
So helping companies build their own private, secure agents that could potentially plug into ecosystems like ChatGPT's.
That's a big part of it, yes. Ensuring these agents are trained securely on the company's own data, fitting into their workflows. Think agents that help legal teams summarize documents instantly, or financial firms use AI for quantitative proofreading. And crucially, because we at Kanerika are serious about security, we hold ISO 27701 and 27001 certifications. We build that privacy and data protection in from the ground up. So businesses can leverage AI without compromising sensitive data. If we connect this to the bigger picture, what our deep dive really shows is that this expansion by OpenAI isn't just incremental. It's aiming to redefine the main digital interface, turning that chat window into the single place you go for communication, buying things, creating things, learning things. A unification almost.
So what does this all mean? It feels like the pace of change is just accelerating, right? If your chatbot becomes the go-to interface for ordering dinner with DoorDash, designing your presentation with Canva, booking a flight on Expedia, how long before we just stop opening those individual apps? What happens when the chat window is genuinely the only screen you need? And maybe more importantly, what does that mean for the companies who rely on you opening their app today? That's definitely something to think about.